Good morning, Groover. Hi, Jack. I sure hope it's the end. Yeah, me too, man. I hope the conspiracy theorists go away. Yep. But have you seen how quickly they're multiplying? The protesters leave. If they haven't left by now, seriously, they should be shot. No, I didn't say that, but you know what I mean. Seriously. We look at the information put out on Evil Exists channel. Oh, I haven't heard of Evil Exists channel suggesting the laundries weren't involved. Well, I don't think they were involved either. And hello there. And hello, Dennis. I'm just I just bought a coffee and a toasted sandwich. I'm really hungry. I've been doing errands, about to head home. Got to stop at the butcher on the way. Remind me, somebody. So yeah, you're gonna get some eating noises for a little while. Just while I want to finish this while it's still warm. But I thought we should drive therapy the fuck out of this and get it out of our systems and purge and then move on. Hey, Anne-Marie. Good to see you, gorgeous. People are saying the parents killed him and brought, yeah, yep. Oh, yeah. It's just, look, all of these twits who think they know more than the FBI, just pare back your thoughts for a moment, weirdos, and think, do you reckon the parents of a dude who may or may not be on the run or dead and is being pursued by the FBI, do you reckon the family weren't being watched like hawks by the FBI? Hey, Trixie. Oh, no, Trixie. No, no, no. No, not the fucking Notebook. Did you see my video? Thanks, Raven. I'll stop at the butcher. Good to see you, gorgeous. Sorry, I've just got to eat this sandwich while it's still yummy and warm. Hey, Twiggy. Rainy days in Tassie. Don't bring me down. My tank is filling up. Hey, Serenity Bee. Hey, Casper. Shit, I didn't think there's many people come in. I thought I'd finish my toasted sandwich before people arrive. Just chat amongst yourselves for a minute. This is so yummy. I'm not wasting a crumb, and I'm devouring it. But we are going to talk about the Brian Laundrie thing. And interestingly, Trixie, I don't know if you saw the video I did yesterday, uploaded about the Notebook. I've already predicted that this is going to be the new Chris Watts 2.0, and people are going to be talking about and analysing the Notebook forever. I agree, Jack. We can chat about that too. I'm also a lawyer and was a criminal defence attorney at some point in time too, and I saw his interview from a very different perspective to most people. But yeah, anyone in the legal profession or close to someone in the legal profession wouldn't have found his interview to be strange, and they certainly wouldn't have found him arrogant. I've been saying it ever since I was a criminal lawyer. Everyone hates criminal lawyers, criminal defence lawyers, until they need one. Suddenly you're their best friend. Oh, check it out, Trixie. Hopefully it'll make you laugh. Twiggy gets water out of a well. 10 miles barefoot in the snow, Casper. Have you got some rain happening at your place too, Twiggy? I hope so. Exactly, Trixie. They couldn't do a flippin' thing without being watched. Hey, AKA Shenanigans. Oh, yeah, Serenity. Yesterday they found his, 2 days ago, I think, is it now? They found his remains and it was yesterday, remains and, partial remains. Turns out it's pretty much bones and a partial skull, and some of his possessions, including a notebook, which I have now predicted is going to be the new Chris Watts. I woke up this morning, there's already, I think I saw at least 7 channels with the notebook reference in their titles. I'm hoping it's just full of shopping lists, but people are still going to analyse it. I'll definitely check that out. Thank you, Jack. The evil exists. Oh, they are going to be harassed the rest of their lives. And I feel sorry for them. People have said the most horrific things about those parents, and they don't know a fucking thing about what those people have been going through at all. Protesters, after it was confirmed that they were Brian's remains, there were still protesters screaming and yelling at their house. Like, seriously? And I think the problem with this case is people are getting so caught up in all this emotional bullshit based on things they don't actually know. They're just not looking at this from a really simple, straightforward perspective. It's making me question once again why people on social media want there to be all of these scandals and, like conspiracies, and it just, why? Why can't people just pare things right back and look at it in its simplest of terms? It's an incredibly sad story. They were a young couple with the world at their feet. We witnessed part of what they were enduring with their relationship crumbling, plus witnesses at the restaurant also witnessed this. To me, I've always thought that this was a spur of the moment. He went way too far and then freaked the fuck out. And for the next few days, his erratic behaviour, like hitching rides with hitchhikers and all that, with hitchhiking and all of that, was to try and maybe set up an alibi. But we don't even know what he said to his parents when he got home. And every word is being analysed, and every thing that's being said is being analysed to death. Like, for fuck's sake, someone uses a word, don't read 1,000 things into that one word, which is why I reckon this notebook is going to be a fucking nightmare. I hope that they can't retrieve anything from it. And if they do, they keep it for the families. They let the Petitos and the Schmidts know, and they let Brian's parents know, and that's it. Oh, that's what you were saying earlier about the notebook, yeah. But it may not give them closure, but I mean, this kind of is closure, I think, for them, and also for what was the other word? Oh, a lot of people saying, Gabby didn't get justice. Well, this sort of is, isn't it? Like, what information is missing from this scenario that people think is going to equate to justice or closure? Could there be anything more horrific than knowing your daughter was murdered, possibly by her partner? And is there nothing worse contemplating that your son is dead and is possibly a murder? Like, what more information is going to give them closure? They're not going to know the gritty details. They're not going to know that. And do you think that would make it better if they did? Yeah, Raven, I know you've got a crazy, just the number of dead bodies that have been found since Gabby died. Like, it's like, shit, man, there's a shitload of dead bodies lining the soil of America. It would have been nice to know what he told his parents. Well, I agree, Casper, if it means all these people would shut the fuck up about what they think. Those parents were just labelled hideous assholes from the start without anyone knowing what Brian even told them. I did a theory the other day driving into work about what probably could have happened. There's people that are rightfully angered that the Laundries didn't speak to the Petitos, but I don't think people understand when you've got a lawyer telling you to remain silent on everything. And there's a couple of channels that have talked into the legalities of if they had have spoken to the Petito and Schmidt family directly, but yesterday the lawyer for the Laundries mentioned several times in interviews where some of the interviewers were just shocking and sensationalistic and apparently from credible channels, but you couldn't tell from the questions they were asking. But he mentioned on several occasions that he had spoken directly with the Petito family lawyer. So we don't know what was passed between the lawyers. They had lawyers as well, and the correct protocol is if you've got a lawyer and the other party's got a lawyer, the lawyers communicate, not the parties, in any scenario. Yeah, but Twiggy, if it's just his drawings, they're going to analyse the crap out of them too, you know? I mean, look, hang on. Let me finish my toasted sandwich. And that's what I mean. This is the problem with this case. It's that so many people have made their minds up, but they're not basing their opinions on anything factual or anything logical or anything that makes common sense. They've just decided with the pack that the Laundries are horrible people, and then they're analysing every word. Even the interview of the lawyer, I saw a man who was kind of over being asked stupid questions over and over again, because he was. He's been hounded and harassed the entire time. As soon as people knew his name and he was acting for the Laundries, do you reckon he's had fun? No. I'll talk about it another time on my channel about what happened to the lawyers who represented Martin Bryant in Tasmania and the shit that they were put through and their mental health issues now because of the public harassing them for simply doing their jobs. So this guy's been copying shit left, right and centre. There's lawyer-client privilege, so there's only so much he can say anyway. He's been interviewed by absolute, like, I hate to say it, but there's a difference between asking simple, straightforward questions to get the facts out for the public to understand and just being an idiot. And the woman I saw yesterday was an idiot. Sorry, she was. Yeah, I mean, pair things right back and just look at the simple facts of this case and what happened. It's a horrible story. But the person who possibly killed Gabby is Brian Laundrie. And if you want to be angry at anyone, be angry at him, not his parents, not the lawyer. Like, I can see this is going to be Chris Watts 2.0. Yeah, see, I don't think that's a coincidence either, Armchair Detective. I think it makes logical sense that they went back to the area where they'd already told the FBI on numerous occasions that that's where Brian would go. The area's been like chest deep in water, and now the water's receding. And they've searched the area before when it was underwater. Like what? Say, for example, say he did end his life, right? And he's on the edge of a swampy pond thing, right? And then potentially an alligator comes along and is like, oh, dinner, and stashes Brian, who's got his little backpack on one shoulder and his little wet bag on the other shoulder, in his little nest. And then the water goes back down and bingo, little Brian, as the level goes down, floats out, what's remaining of him. Gator fodder. Yeah, parents' intuition. I mean, yeah, that's not a thing that I would entertain. I do believe in coincidences, and I don't think it's a coincidence they found his remains and belongings in an area where they had told the FBI on many occasions is where he would go. I mean, there was even a channel yesterday saying at one point the FBI was searching on the opposite side of that kind of swamp area, much to the laundry's frustration. I don't know if it was the lawyer who said it or if it was the TV station that had the chopper up. But I mean, sometimes there's just really random coincidences. Like and there's already coincidences in this case. There's a massive coincidence. Hey, Emily, hey, stop animal cruelty. There's a massive coincidence that they ate at the restaurant where one of the married lesbian couple girls worked. Like, there's a lot of coincidences. The fact that van, the red, blue, and Bethune van, had footage driving past Gabby's van. Point taken. No, I'm just offloading. It's drive therapy. I'm not beating you up on that point. But I mean, I guess these are all the things that people are now going to be talking about forever. And I just think it's sort of, I don't know, is it better that people put their energy into somebody else who's missing right now, or a murder victim, and the family has absolutely no idea where their body is or who did it? And that goes back to this thing of justice for Gabby. Like, at the end of the day, as awful as it is, they've got her body that's returned home so they could send her off. It's pretty obvious that it was Brian. I mean, Brian wouldn't just go off and top himself because he was sad. So they pretty much know who did it. And the person who did it's dead. Isn't that kind of justice? It might be karmic justice. But hey, Lee, Dee, Francesca, hey. All right, so I'm going to drive for a little while. Don't forget to write and shout at me in capitals. We'll head back down my way, and I do have to stop at the butcher on this rainy day. But yeah, if you pop your comments in chat in caps, I'll be able to read them. I agree, Emily. And yeah, Armchair Detective M15, I hope you don't think I was just like specifically responding to you. You just triggered another thing I'd been watching, and I'm offloading. This is drive therapy. I don't think that people are really pinning their interest in this matter anymore on things that really are going to matter. Like, I kind of feel that the FBI have covered all bases. Have a good day, Twiggy. What are you off to do? Dance naked in the rain. Have a lovely Saturday. All right, let's head home. Crafton and Kim, greetings. And welcome your virgin appearance in my channel. How are you groovers doing? I'm just sitting here looking at that camper van in front of me, the red one. Van life. It's a lot of vans driving around Tasmania. Oh, thanks, Armchair Detective M15. I know you're a groover. It's all right, mate. So I won't be able to read a lot of the chat for the next little while, but I'll take us down to the beach and we can wrap things up before I go to the butcher. And then I'm going to head home, and I love being at home on days like today. Do some cooking. My sissy's coming over. You're doing the Moab case. Well, exactly. I mean, seriously, those girls deserve justice. If that's such a weird case, it's like there's been no news about it at all. And if it has been discussed, it's sort of always been in connection with Gabby. Thanks, Francesca. If you can remind everyone that I'm blind as a bat driving. Hey, Crafton and Kim, you might go driving on your virtual bus. We're legit driving on the correct side of the road in Tasmania. So we do drive therapy, and we get to offload stuff, and then we throw it all out into the ocean down at the surf beach where I live, and then we're done with it. But yeah, this case is just move on, peeps, move on. Case closed. Next. But as I predicted, I can see the notebook is going to be analysed for years and years and years. People are going to have binders full of theories. Every time you log into YouTube, hey, the sad man. Don't be sad. We're driving in the rain in Tasmania. What's to be sad about? The sky is crying. Am I buying croc? No, I'm not. I'm buying veal. Baby deer. I'm eating Bambi for dinner. Oh, sorry, stop animal cruelty. Ethically farmed. Oh, wait, veal's calves, isn't it? Fuck, I don't even know what veal is. I haven't eaten veal for so long. Actually, I'll probably get chicken. They've got ethically farmed chooks. I don't know about the veal, actually. What the fuck is veal? Oh my God, my brain's just gone completely blank. It's baby. It's baby. Baby cow, yes. Thank you. God, why did my brain go to deer? Oh, speaking of deer, well, sort of deer. I really want to do a little video like I did of the notebook on this, but because Cleo Smith is still missing, I don't think it's appropriate yet. But she's a little 4-year-old who's missing in Australia, and quite a few US channels have been covering it, which is really lovely. Sorry, sub animal cruelty. I love you. I'll do the chicken. I don't actually eat red meat. The veal's kind of pink. But no, I'll get chicken. Anywho, let's not get into that. I have needs. Actually, it's probably the wrong time to talk about much at all. The noise is probably pretty bad. Let's just wait till we get to the Lewisham turn-off. It's probably unbearable listening to this at the moment, which is why I'm heading to quieter thingamies. Yes. Yep. Find little Cleo. Just remind me to tell you the story when we're not fanging on the highway in the wet, wet rain. How bizarre. It's amazing seeing this little island so green at this time of the year. Normally heading into summer by now, things would be like they are sort of on the side of the road, that sort of yellow, goldeny colour. Mind you, that the reason there's a lot of greenery is we've had way more rain than we usually do, but it's just looking so pretty. Doesn't look like the sunburned country that Australia usually is. But yeah, it's a pretty gorgeous part of the world, this island. But I will pull over and read all of your comments and have a chat while I drink my coffee before I go to a shop that I'm not talking about anymore because I love Stop Animal Cruelty. The sound is good quality. Awesome. Wow. You like my driving? It looks, when you go live and you're driving, it looks so fast, but it's not. Like, so the speed limit here is 80 kilometres. But even like when we get down to 50, it'll still look like I'm banging it, man. But I love this sort of day is the perfect day to be at home. And I love that my sister's coming over to catch up, hang out with Sunny and me. We'll have afternoon tea. Hi, Smiley. Yeah, this is just like Ireland in summer. Although I shouldn't say that because it is spring here right now. But whenever I'm driving and the weather is absolutely disgusting in the middle of winter, I'm always like, oh look, today it's like a summer's day in England. And yeah, please write in caps. Well, I mean, I'll be pulling over shortly, well, not shortly, but soon. But if you write in caps, when I'm when I'm confident that it's safe for me to glance down, I can. But it's fleeting. Dang, this cappuccino is good. We even drive on the same side of the road. Awesome. I have so many Americans. It's not so much Canadians, but Americans are like, oh, I'm getting car sick and I'm scared. Yeah, it's nice to have. Thank you to everyone who's popped in and said hi so far. But what we're going to do, for those of you new to my channel, we do this thing called drive therapy, where we have a bit of a chat about something, we all get it out of our systems, throw it out into the ocean, and get on with our weekends. And it can be really trivial stuff, but today it's just this Brian Laundry. I think it's, the end. I think it's time to just close this book, leave the families alone, of both of them. Like, imagine being the parents of either of them right now. Like, do you think they'd have all these ridiculous questions going through their heads right now? No, they'd just be focusing on grieving and how their kid's love story went terribly, terribly wrong. You'd be friggin' heartbroken. Oh, that's a gorgeous part of the world, Smiley. I'm seventh generation Australian, but my dad's side of the family were Irish, and my mum's side of the family was Scottish. But I've got the Irish dark hair, blue eye thing. Yeah, I jumped on a channel and made a few comments about Cleo Smith, and I've got people getting pretty snarky with me. As sort of pointing out that the police have ruled out parents, and they've ruled it out her getting out of the tent herself. And they've even scaled back the search because they believe she was abducted. But man, the social media world and true crime is snarky. I just try to be, I like playing devil's avocado, but I also like to try and be the voice of reason sometimes. But man, it bites you on the bum. I actually think you're better off being batshit crazy and buying into all these ludicrous theories. You get more support doing that than swimming against the tide and trying to be the voice of reason and going. I mean, the people that think the laundries planted part of Brian's brain at the site where it was found, I mean, his skull. Sorry, that's the peril of being called Brian. Like, are they batshit crazy? Yes, they are. Hello, Sarita. Are they batshit crazy? Yes, they are. And the worst part of it is there's a shitload of other batshit crazies all going, yeah, you're right. And I can't help myself. I'm like, you're kidding me. But I realised yesterday, watching a few different channels that I've now unsubscribed from because they're all spreading this bullshit, that it's going to do my head in because I heckle. I read the comments and I start heckling, and I'm not an angry person. And I try to, be the voice of reason, and it bites me on the bum. There's no point. I just can't believe so many people buy into this shit. It's bizarre. Like what used to be true crime, which was back in the day before the interwebs, you'd buy a book about true crime and you'd read it. And then if you stumbled across somebody else who'd read it, you'd talk about it. Full stop. But now, social media has created this monster where somehow the facts of a case, which is the most important part of any case, the facts, are ignored. And people talk for years about a whole heap of shit that totally flies in the face of the facts. It concerns me. What sort of juries are we impaneling now? I will scroll back. And hey, Jamie, Texas chick. It was nice seeing you yesterday. I can't remember what channel we were watching. I think we were in a reasonable channel yesterday together. But holy shit, I've discovered all these new channels and I thought, oh, this will be good. I'm keen to hear some other people talking about this case. And they're all into the whole redonkulous ignoring the facts theories. I mean, I understand speculation was found, but now that he's been found, but one, I predict many years of the notebook and its analysis. And I have got a little video I made on my channel yesterday that I'm really proud of because my little app that I make videos with features and I was experimenting with them. But have a look at it. I reckon we're in for Chris Watts 2.0. It blows my mind too, Jamie. ago, I said, I've got to stop saying that things blow my mind, but I can't because they do. Joey M. Wilson, hello, gorgeous. I like the little video. I mean, not the content of it. It made me sad, but with your hair down. It's the first time I've seen you with your blonde locks down. You're pretty. Pretty, pretty. It's a bit like me. I put my hair up in scrunchies all the time and then I wear my hair down and people are like, oh my God, look at your curly hair. Wear it down more often. I'm like, well, I would, except I hate hair on my face. Like, I can't clean the house with my hair down. I can't cook with my hair down. Oh, hi, lady in red. Thank you. All right, so let me see. What have I missed? I'm not going to be able to scroll all the way up to the top, but maybe I can. Oh no, Emily, please remember to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, gorgeous. I hope Dog stays away now. Well, I think he pulled the pin, didn't he? Teehee Kanda, I'm having a rough day. Sorry to hear that. Gonna head back to start a video. See you again if I catch up. Peace to you and yours, Miss Tori. Love you. Thank you, Teehee Kanda. And yes, Let It Be. I'm glad a couple of other channels did a little Let It Be thing as well after I did my live the other day. They all claim to care about Gabby, but they completely ignoring her tattoo, Let It Be, you know. Oh, before I forget, the thing I was going to tell you guys was, because little Cleo Smith is still missing, I'm not going to do it yet, but I will. I don't feel right putting a little piss take video up. Maybe I'll save it. I'll tell you about. You'll see it later. But yeah, I think people may not approve because she's still missing, and I don't think it's right. But I do want to have a bit of fun with a theory that an American YouTuber, and don't get me wrong, I'm stoked that they're covering her case, but a theory that they came up with about what happened to her, which is completely impossible in Australia. But, you know, A for effort, E for effort. You've never been to Tassie? Well, you're here now. Look out, you're on the wrong side of the road. No, I was on the correct side. I'm glad my audio is good. It's normally shit when I'm driving. She's a woman of many talents, humour, cooking, scam baiting, law. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, no, please, when I drive, yell. Like the phone is a long way from my face. I'm not blind as a bat, but I'm a little bit vision impaired. Yeah, Ireland on a soft day. What else? We did cover Ireland. Stop animal cruelty. Hardly had any rain this summer. Yeah, driving around the UK was pretty easy for me. Although all the M's of England, all the different highways, far out, crazy shit. But I managed to get back to Heathrow unscathed, and I drove in the most horrific storms, like pissing down with rain, thunder, lightning, you name it. And it was right after the Leeds Reading Music Festival, so the traffic was crazy. Chatham Island, bit of Westmeath information. Yeah, the laundries, exactly. They would be grieving, and also they would be absolutely horrified. And I mean, I think I saw a quote that the laundry family said about they knew that Brian was grieving, but he may have only said to them that the relationship had ended. You know, and he's grieving the loss of the relationship. I don't know. But I mean, does that, now everyone's saying that's evidence that he told them he killed her, but we don't know. Yeah, praying for the safe return of Cleo. It's looking pretty grim, but, you know, all we have is hope. So we've got to keep hoping. Look at Emily flogging my little video. Thank you, darling. I think it flew over the head of a few people, but also anyone who is hanging out to see what's in the notebook won't like it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought that was pretty shabby too. But then, like I mentioned a bit earlier, it might have been before you rocked up, but the Laundrie family lawyer has been in conversations with the Petito family lawyer, and it's very possible they got a lawyer early on as well. And that's the protocol, is that you speak between the lawyers, and we don't know what has been passed between the lawyers to the families, what information, what messages. We've got no idea. There's, lawyer-client privilege. They're not going to tell the media or the public. So, yeah, I mean, I initially thought that was a bit uncool too, until I found out that they'd got a lawyer and they'd been told not to speak to anyone. But the fact that he's been communicating with the Petito family lawyer, we don't know what information's been passed on. Obviously, the Petito family, and the Schmidt family were devastated and mentioned it in interviews, and it's possible that nothing's been passed. But the thing is, we don't know. We don't know if anything was or if nothing was. And if people have got an issue with that, I'm not going to begrudge you for that, because I had the same thoughts. Got a little Irish reunion happening in here, which is lovely. It's lovely to have you here, Sarita. If you're still here, welcome. I will have a look at that video, Jack, for sure. But I will do that today, and that will be it. Because I mean it, the end on this channel anyway. But I couldn't not do this live and just let us all talk it out. But I can only see following it anymore is going to fry my brain. Yep, quite possibly that too. Oh, actually, there is one aspect to this case that I'm kind of keen to see, is the dude that Laura had on her channel, Joe, who doesn't think Brian killed Gabby. And I was like, oh, potentially having a debate with Gray Hughes. I'll watch that for sure. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of curious about the Molly Golightly, Gray Hughes fallout over Gray saying, why'd you put my name on there? Because I would have said the same thing. So there are a few things that are happening that I must admit I'm kind of curious about, but... Oh, cute. Well, good, I welcomed her again. She's a freak. And Lee too. Well, it's lovely to have you guys here. Drama is predictable and boring. Well, it is, until somebody like Gray Hughes gets thrown in the mix, and then it changes. It becomes fascinating. Like what some channels call drama, which is literally women just screaming at each other, that is very boring. But put somebody in the mix like Gray with Molly, and suddenly I'm like, I might find this interesting. I'm with Gray, by the way, on that placard and his name being on it. Hey, who do I have to fuck up? Well, you'll be able to explore the YouTubes if you want to go and stir up all the crazy theorists with Brian Laundrie, but I don't have the time or the energy. And after the Chris Watts thing, I just hope that my timeline, when I go into YouTube, that I don't see that fucking dude's head anymore. But I'm pretty sure we're going to see Brian's all the time now because of this notebook. Someone said Brian was writing to the family and he posted it via carrier pigeon because carrier pigeons would flourish in an alligator-filled swamp. Fucking hell. Maybe it was smoke signals that the FBI didn't notice. What's happened, matey? Nothing, mate. I'm all good. I'm just saying it's the end of the Gabby Petito Brian Laundrie case, and it's the end. It is the end, my friends. You're on Detective Mags. Nice. Baz been telling me this for ages about muddying the waters. Huh. If Stop Animal Cruelty's in here, we've been sending each other photos of our animals' foots today and cracking each other up. Yes, there's a lot of great channels out there. I mean, I went on a bit of an explore and subscribed to a few and tuned in and went, oh, shit, they're from Camp Batshit. I'm miles behind too. You guys might have. Brian is now gator poop. Yeah, I reckon he was devoured by all kinds of critters. I mean, if he didn't end his life and he was taken by a gator, well, there's karma for you. That's not a fun way to go. And if they are able to determine cause of death with the, few scraps of him that they've found, but if he had found like a little cave that he was sitting in, writing in his little, doodling in his little notebook, and an alligator came along and ate him, well, that's justice for Gabby. I think I'm getting close to the end, but so I had to scroll back up. It's gone. I was just tapping it down. Hey, Life Perplexed. Hello to anyone else that's coming in. I'm now just going back. Joe Murray, yeah. Not sure how I feel about his theory. Well, I do know how I feel about it. I think it's fucking insane. But anyway, I'm sure he has his reasons. Just surprised me with his background as a former cop and now a lawyer that he thinks some random unit just came along and murdered Gabby after Brian had left. And I was listening. I didn't hear all of your chat with him, but I listened to some of it, and there were things that I was like, then how do you explain? No, I can't remember. But look, I hope he and Gray have a debate. I'd buy tickets to see that. Space Monster, hello. Fuck, I'm so behind in chat. Maybe I should just go to the bottom and see what you're all saying. Brian's coffin will be very small. Well, if they could just dig him, they could put him in the flower bed. They could just tuck him into the little flower bed. Maybe that's what they were doing. They were digging a little tiny hole. Oh my God, I'm going to go to hell. I'm going to hell. Come with me, people. Yeah, don't put my name. I know, it was Gray and Molly, I know. I really, he's a criminal defence attorney. You love Joe Murray? Awesome. Yeah, Life Perplexed, it will be awesome. I hope a lot of people rock up for that because seriously, I'll promote it on my community page as well because I think it'll be an absolute ripper. It'll be an absolute ball terror. I'm so going to tune in for that. Somebody in Gray's live chat is called Big Juice. So today he said, hi, Big Juicy. Oh, yeah, shit, Casper. Casper's got Molly on his channel today. Is it midday? Shit, I'll wrap this up. I've got to head home anyway. I've got to get things ready for my sissy. I'll pop you on while I'm doing things. No, it's not Joe Walsh. It's Joe. Shouldn't have forgotten his name. Murray. Joe Murray. But he's interesting. He's got a theory that Brian didn't kill Gabby. Good night, Dave and Wolfie. Hello, Dave and Wolfie, and good night. Sorry, I'm trying to get down to the bottom. Yeah, the garden. That's where they're going to put his the little remains. They were digging a little grave. You don't like grey? I went off grey for a long time, and then I found so many channels that were just so bad at true crime that I ended up going back over there. And the day that I went back over, he was doing a phone in, and so he had people calling in, and I listened to about 6 callers in a row, and the man's got the patience of a saint. Now, I know that people think he's arrogant and everything else, and there's a few things that he says that I'm like, whoa, dude. But he is incredibly patient because his callers, oh my God, they are just like, how he doesn't lose his shit, I don't know. So I've been listening to him a bit. GD Ron started around the same time I started my channel. He's grown massively, but I mean, he did a live once. I was the only person in chat. Like, back when we both had like 200 subs. GD Ron used to come into my chat walking on the beach a lot. He liked the beach walks. Well, no, Laura, because I've agreed with you with this case, and the same with Chris Watts. So, yeah, you and I seem to be more interested in focusing on the facts than a lot of channels. Did you call in the other night, Emily? I mean, I don't have Gray on all the time, but I've gone back to. I used to watch him. When I first discovered the YouTube worlds. But I didn't listen to him for a couple of years, and now he's back in my playlist. GD Ron has a gazillion. Jamie. That's a little in joke. Love you, Jamie. Ron has it. I know his channel's insane. Like, the growth is out of control. When he first started, though, he used to crack us up, didn't he, Jamie? You think you've screwed up Gray and Ron a few times? Oh, sorry, no, Laura's comment. Yeah, I mean, I know. Well, I focus on the facts too, and that's why this whole now what we're going to be exposed to for the next 3+ years, because this is Chris Watts 2.0. I have no doubt about it, especially, God forbid, they do find anything in that notebook and release it. I seriously hope if there's anything in that notebook, it is only shared with Gabby's 4 parents and family and Brian's family, and that's it. I really hope they don't put it out there, because holy shit. If there's anything written in it, there's going to be analysis. If there's a drawing, if there's a fucking shopping list, if there's a noughts and crosses, they're going to analyze fucking everything forever. Spare us. And I'd rather go into a channel that's only got 20 people watching, where they're talking about the facts of a case, than go into one that's got 6,000 watching and they're streaming a news service you could watch on your own anyway, and coming up with all kinds of theories that prove to be wrong, and then they don't even acknowledge they got it wrong. That really shits me. What a waste of time. Hey, Huck. Judy Ron had a great odontologist on the. Yeah, he's good at getting. I watch him when he's chatting with experts. Um, but I do scroll past him a lot too. I've got to. I ain't gonna lie. Good bedtime. I've got insomnia, can't sleep listening for me. Yeah, well, I mean, at one point I think I had more subs than him, and I was like, "Go me!" And then he's now got what 111,000 or something. It's insane. He doesn't do beach walks with me no more. You guys are chit chat chattery Rooney. Life perplexed. Did you know Tori's a lot? Yep, I'm. Is. That's good. I'm glad his super chats go to some of it to charity. I was listening to Jay. I can't with her and Jay. Are like, oh my god, no, 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 Hakai. Yeah, we'll save that for another day. Moving right along. That's where my foray into YouTube began. Jamie's as well. Jamie, Texas chick, you're triggering us. Moving right along. My namaste attitude was a bit snarky when I called. I'm bummed I missed you, Emily. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Rearview mirror that too. I don't know what you agree with, Tori, but thank you. I mean, Casper, but thank you. Yeah, Huck, you belong here, mate. And I say mate, whether you're a dude or a chick. Yeah, if you Google that dude, you're going to go down a rabbit warren you regret going down. Yeah, it's true. And it frustrates me as well, Laura. I think I said it before you came in, but back in the day, true crime, we would actually buy a book about a murderer and read it, and then we might stumble into someone who had also read that book, or we'd buy, like my brother, sister, and I are all lawyers. We'd often buy each other the same books as Christmas presents, and then we'd all, it was almost like a little book club. But now with social media, it's the old style true crime. Even back in the day when, like before YouTube, when Web Sleuths was really the only place you could go for true crime discussion, even then it was still a pretty good true crime community. But now with YouTube, it's like all these random batshit people have appeared, and the one thing they're missing from talking about crime are the facts, which is the most crucial part of any crime case. And yeah, they do get all the views. I think people do like train wrecks and people do like heckling, but that's why once I end this live, hopefully this is the end for me with the laundry saga. I just can't. I was watching some channels yesterday and reading chat, and I was like, I can't change their minds. There's no point even trying. All this is doing is killing my brain cells, and I'm on a limited supply now anyway. Um, you rarely what? Yeah, my friend Shanna, who I met on here, also part of me and Jamie's gang. She does the best Judy Rod impersonations. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, JLR's been around for a while. What in the world is Benny up to? Who's Benny? You said it. Stop animal cruelty. I'm letting you take the stage. It's annoying when you've got people with a lot of experience and a wealth of knowledge that's worth sharing. But when they say something that's incorrect or they fuck it up, they don't own it or correct it. They just ignore it. That really annoys me. There's nothing sexier than someone admitting they were wrong. Well, there's heaps of sexier things, but you know what I mean? And I shouldn't say sexy because now everyone's thinking of Judy Ron and sexy in the same sentence. Oh, my God. Oh, I apologize. I've just planted a seed in all of your minds you didn't need planted there. Don't water that seed. Just let it wither up and die. Go and pop it in the laundry's flower bed. There's nothing cooler than someone admitting they're wrong. But there's an element of that missing in the police YouTubers' lives. Okay, Casper's live in 30 minutes, everybody. If you're not subscribed to Casper, can someone drop his link to his channel in chat, please? Because he's got Molly Golightly on at midday Australia time in half an hour. Oh, Emily, please do send me the link. That'd be awesome. You're too sexy for this chat. It's great when people admit they're wrong, and even if they can take the piss out of themselves for saying something wrong. But don't want to point any fingers, but there are a few former police officer channels where they kind of think they know everything, and that's not very attractive. It's really attractive when people don't know stuff and they admit they don't know it too. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know. It's one of the reasons my brother, when he was the premier here, people from all political parties really liked him because he wasn't a know-it-all. You know, if he was on the spot and being interviewed by the press and he was asked a question he didn't know, he didn't do that usual politician spin a sentence so long that you don't actually end up answering the question. He'd just say, I don't know, I'll get back to you on that. Oh, thank you, Stop Animal Cruelty. So, yeah, if everyone could... Oh, hang on. If you want to see an Aussie dude having a chat with Molly Golightly in half an hour, jump over to his channel and subscribe to him. I'm really keen. I'm keen to why Casper got him. Her, sorry. I'm reading. I just read a completely different sentence that's got him in it. I'm really curious. See the comment there? Everybody had a piece of him. I was reading that when I was talking. But yeah, I'm really keen to know why Casper has MGL on and what they're going to talk about. I mean, Casper's a cruiser. Casper, the link's directly above you there. Stop Animal Cruelty's popped it in there. I mean, he's such a laid-back dude. I don't know if he's going to grill her about the protesting outside the laundries. Here's me saying this is the end and I'm throwing the laundry saga out into the ocean. Because it's just going to fry my little brain cell, the one I have left, if I continue to watch stuff. You know, all the commentary about the lawyer who is arrogant. No, he doesn't suffer fools. And the woman that I saw interview him, I think I saw that on your channel, Laura, if you're still around. I think it was in there that you played it. And I'm like, everyone's going, oh, he's arrogant. And I'm thinking, this woman's a twit. And it's the 50th interview he's probably done in the week. And his personal friends have just found out that these, you know, scant bone remains belong to their son, who he's also met. Like, fuck, cut the guy some slack. No, neither have I. I mean, she was the first person. Well, actually, Gray was the first person I heard talking about Chris Watts, but it was very quick. He was like, you know, case closed, pled guilty, whatever. Or actually, it was before the guilty plea, but he didn't. At the time, I was like, oh, okay, he's kind of not really my cup of tea. He's thorough, but his personality didn't really start to emerge for quite some time after that. And then I stumbled across MGL and it was like, holy shit, check out this train wreck. He was still, he was, but I think he was just fed up, you know. I mean, she was asking such stupid fucking questions. I agree with cocky. I don't agree with arrogant. I think he's been through absolute hell. And I know what it's like to represent contentious clients. And I know the shit that you cop. And I probably will do a live one day. I might even see if I can get an interview with one of the lawyers who represented Martin Bryant, who was responsible for Australia's worst massacre that brought about serious gun control in this country. And the absolute abuse that the lawyers who were simply doing their jobs representing Martin Bryant were put through, and the mental health issues they now live with, and how it destroyed their marriages. One of them even ended up in jail because of a massive mental health decline. Who am I talking about, Francesca? Which lawyer? John Avery. I think he was even interviewed possibly on 60 Minutes. But he's not the only one. There were about 4 lawyers that represented Brian. Brian kept sacking his lawyers. It would be interesting. I'll see if I can get an interview with him. He was a friend of my dad's because my dad was a lawyer as well. In fact, my mum and dad are both godparents to his first 2 boys. And his ex-wife was my mum's best friend. So I might see if I can get an interview with John, because I think people need to understand what happens when you are representing a high-profile case, representing someone in a high-profile case. And when we are sworn in as lawyers, it's our job. Like, everyone in Australia is entitled to justice and a fair trial. And we can't say no to a client unless we have a conflict with that client, or they say to us, I did it, but I'm pleading not guilty. If they don't do those 2 things, you're stuck with that client. How about an interview with Martin Bryant? No, I've got friends who work at the prison, and he's not worth interviewing. He has the intellect of a 10-year-old, I think. He's been, oh yeah, no, there'd be nothing to gain from interviewing Martin Bryant at all. You can call me your lawyer, Emily. I'm into rights now. I'm a rights lawyer, but I can be your lawyer. Hello, Will. Good to see you, gorgeous, and thank you for sending me through that app. That's hilarious. I'm going to see if I can do some on it to send back to you. Will found an app and did a couple of Austin Powers and Fat Bastard things with this app with his face. It's very funny. Only a joke. Yeah, well, I momentarily took it seriously and contemplated it. I mean, whether he would actually do it or not, I don't know, but I could probably get access to him. But I might say, I mean, John these days is living a very quiet, reclusive sort of life. He may not want to talk about it, but if I can get him, I will, because I think I think people need to understand that lawyers aren't scum, and especially when I was a criminal lawyer, like everybody hates criminal lawyers until they need one. And suddenly you become their everything, you're their key to liberty. You're their key to defending them. And that's the job you do, and you do it hard. But all of these people that are slamming that dude for representing the Laundries, who are also family friends, if they needed a lawyer and then their lawyer was subjected to what he is, do you reckon they'd be calling their lawyer arrogant? It's that whole NIMBY thing. Hey, Brian Reid. If it's not in my backyard, I'll be very opinionated and very critical about it. But suddenly when it's in my backyard, I'll fight to the death. It's very easy for us all to be disconnected spectators with firm opinions. But when you're actually the people that are living it, I'm capable of feeling for them. And I do. I feel for the Laundrie parents. I feel for the lawyer, even if he is a little bit cocky. But that's another thing too. I think people have to remember that lawyers aren't media personalities. Like we're not. I worked in media too, weirdly, but most lawyers don't work in media. I mean, I worked in media after I was a lawyer, and now I've gone back to being a lawyer. But they're not people that are necessarily comfortable with a camera and microphone in their face. I don't know why we expect them to be these sort of perfect, eloquent thinkers, and there was a live earlier where one word in his sentence was being analysed and discussed for hours, it felt like. And he's probably kicking himself now going, fuck, if only I'd said this, not that. Beach is looking like Lake Michigan. Hey, before I sign off, seeing famous actor, what about poor old Alec Baldwin? Have you seen that story, guys? He's on a movie set and he's shot. Oh, no, I read the picture. I read it really quickly, the article, but he shot a crew member who died. And Bruce Lee's family reached out to him because of what happened with Brandon. Have I considered channel memberships? I've thought about them, Emily, but I'm really torn on that one. Alec would be an absolute mess for sure. But on the membership thing, here's the thing, right? I don't know why I would do it, because I don't want to do members only content. I want everyone to be able to access the channel and this community. And to me, it feels like memberships is, if you join, there's an expectation that you're going to get additional benefits. Whereas if it's set up, it's ready. Well, not set up, but it's there. It's good to go. I looked at it for the first time actually only the other day, because I've been monetized for months now. But apart from having a couple of sunny emojis and your name being green in chat, that's really all that I'd be offering, because I don't believe in excluding anybody. Yeah, it's awful. A photographer and the director were shot. Shit. Yeah, live rounds. I mean, fuck. Guess they'll be looking at whoever's in charge of props to find out what happened there, right? And then they'll probably say, well, we bought it and were told that it didn't work and there were no bullets in it. Although if a photographer and director was shot, there's at least 2 bullets in it. We just would like to support you. Oh, hang on. Some cool sunny. I'll have a think about it, Emily. I mean, I'll look. I'll have a think about it. Why not? But yeah, if I do it, it'll be the most lame ass. Like it'll be 99 cents. It'll be the lowest amount because I'm really conflicted about this whole members only thing. And I don't think, I mean, I don't do anything on my channel that warrants members only chat. And I don't want to ever do that. So people feel like they've got to become a member so they can chat. So yeah, it would be very lame. You would basically get your name in green and a sunny emoji. If you reckon it's worth it, I'll do it. I should do memberships for sure. Okay. All right. There's a couple of votes there. Yeah, well, the rocker, and that's why Bruce Lee's family's already reached out to Alec Baldwin, which I thought was beautiful. There's a lot of goodness out there, peeps, and I imagine living with it forever. One bullet went through both of them. Holy shit. God, what's it, a gun and bullet? What, to go through two people? Well, one go through one person, and my God. I'll put a poll on my community page. Okay. Thank you, Emily. Zozo. Who's Zozo? I haven't seen her, Zozo. No, it wasn't Alex's fault. Just like with Brandon Lee. But I do love how beautiful the Lee family reached out to Alec Baldwin. And I mean, that's just such a beautiful bit of humanity right there. And as always, you know, we do try to find the decent gestures of humanity on this channel. But hey, guys, I'm going to sign off because Casper is going to be going live very soon with Molly Golightly, and I'm really curious to see what's going to be happening over there. And only fat, no. You don't need, nobody needs to see a 54-year-old. No. Oh, that'd be great. Bring the freaks over. Bring the freaks over. Thank you all so much. If you are looking for somewhere to go and check out Casper if you haven't seen his channel before. Very curious to see what he's going to chat to Molly about. I hope you all have a gorgeous weekend, whatever you get up to. It's been lovely seeing so many new people in here. And thank you, as always, to the Grooveroonies for making everyone feel welcome. Hey, Tanny, I'm just signing off, beautiful. We're all going to head over to Casper's channel. I'm going to pop it on as soon as I get home. And I didn't go to the butcher. I'll go later. But thank you, everyone, for hanging out. You're just gorgeous people. Thank you for once again instilling faith in me that this whole YouTube craziness is worth it. Stay groovy, everyone. And here's your chance right now before I log off. If there's any more Brian Laundrie stuff that you want to purge, throw it out into the ocean now and let it drift away. I'll hang on for one more minute because I want to get home to see the stuff. Oh my God, there's 4 dudes in wetsuits going in for a swim. Go, you good things, go. I'll just wait for a second and see if someone can drop Casper's link in one more time while everyone's purging. I'll see if we've got some purge music. That's terrible purge music. Thank you, Stop Animal Cruelty. Grab that link. Anyone that wants to go and see what Casper's going to do to Molly Golightly. Take care, everyone. I love you heaps. And thank you all for being so welcoming to everyone in chat and just hanging out and being chilled out and groovy. You really are the best. See you all again soon.